My wife bought a plane ticket for next Tuesday. One ticket, one way. She hasn't mentioned a trip. I found out because we share a credit card, and I happened to check the statement while paying bills. $800 to an airline for a flight from here to Miami. Departure at 6 a.m. No return booked. I stared at the charge for a long time trying to come up with an innocent explanation. Maybe it was a surprise trip she was planning for us, and she just hadn't booked my ticket yet. Maybe it was for her sister who sometimes borrowed her card. Maybe it was fraud, and someone had stolen her information. But when I checked the passenger name on the confirmation email that had been sent to her account, it was her name. Just her. One seat. One way to Miami with no return flight. I didn't confront her right away. I wanted to see if she would tell me on her own. Days passed and she acted completely normal. She talked about plans for the weekend like nothing was different. She asked what I wanted for dinner on Wednesday. She mentioned that her mother might visit next month. Not a single word about a trip to Miami. I started paying closer attention to everything she did. I noticed she'd been cleaning out her closet and donating bags of clothes to charity. I noticed she'd been spending more time on her phone with the screen tilted away from me. I noticed she'd been extra affectionate lately, like she was trying to memorize the feeling of being close to me. Little touches on my arm, long hugs before bed, looking at me like she was trying to take a photograph with her eyes. The night before the flight, I finally broke. I asked her casually if she had any travel coming up for work. She said no without hesitation. I asked if she was planning any trips to see friends or family. She said she had no plans to go anywhere. She lied directly to my face without flinching. I didn't sleep that night. I lay in bed next to her, listening to her breathe and wondering if this was the last night we'd ever spend together. At 4 a.m., she got up quietly and started getting dressed in the dark. She thought I was asleep. I watched through half-closed eyes as she pulled a suitcase from under the bed that I'd never seen before. She'd packed it without me knowing. She tiptoed around the room, gathering her passport and phone charger and a small photo album from her nightstand. Then she stood at the bedroom door for a long moment, just looking at me. I could see tears on her cheeks in the dim light from the hallway. She whispered something I couldn't hear, and then she was gone. I followed her. I threw on clothes and got in my car and drove to the airport. I found her in the terminal, standing in the security line, clutching her boarding pass. When she saw me walking toward her, she started sobbing. I asked her what was happening, why she was leaving, why she hadn't told me. The story that came out broke my heart in ways I didn't know were possible. 3 months ago, she'd been diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease. She was only 42 years old. The doctors said she had maybe 5 good years before she wouldn't recognize her own family anymore. She hadn't told me because she couldn't bear to watch me watch her disappear. Her plan was to fly to Miami,